Hey everybody, it's your boy, Dude John here. Thank you so much for watching this video, much appreciated. If you like the content, please hit that sub button. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell to let you know when I post another video for you guys. Hit that like button. And if you want to, drop a comment and say hi. I also live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on turbo.live/DudeJohn, 9 p.m. Central Time. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making them. Let's get into this video, shall we? Yo, this is Can You Be in Love with Multiple People? Middle Ground by Jubilee. Before I get into the video, let me answer that question. Before I really listen to it. And then maybe after the video, it'll change my mind. Can you be in love with multiple people? You can love multiple people. Like, you could be with a girl that you are in love with, but you still love your ex. Because when you were in love with the ex beforehand. But you can't be in love with her. So I don't think you can be in love with multiple people. I mean, I'm not part of the poly community, so I don't exactly know how that stuff works. I don't think my belief system can do that. But yeah, I say no. But who knows? Maybe after this video, it might change my mind. Let's go.
I don't know, like, are you not jealous? Because I don't want to share my partner at all.
Me either. I don't like to share. But I don't get jealous, though. That's one thing I don't do. I don't get jealous.
And I have my polyamorous people on the left spotlight and my monogamous people on the right spotlight. Walk forward if you agree, stay there if you disagree. Humans are naturally polyamorous.
No. I'm not polyamorous or whatever.
The way I think of myself as polyamorous is even more broad than sexuality, and it's just simply like, I can see the beauty in and adore and love qualities of an infinite number of people if I just recognize myself in another person.
Yeah, we don't just love one kid, we love multiple children. We don't just love one friend. Maybe we only just love one job. We're in LA, hell, we probably have 12 jobs amongst the three of us here.
How many people have gotten divorced and remarried, and it's like, oh, I'm on my fourth marriage, like, how does that work out? It's like,
That's really, sorry to interrupt, but that is kind of like polyamory over time, actually.
Yeah, it's just a circle non-ending when you could have just been true to yourself and had those multiple relationships, whether they had a piece of paper or not.
I understand that a lot of marriages fail, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people don't put in the effort that they should. If people are willing to try and do the best that they can and try to be the best for this one person, it can definitely work. A lot of people in polyamory want to use the divorce example as the reason for why they're polyamorous. And I understand, but at the same time, you can't really know until you try it.
And a lot of people that are monogamous think that polyamory is just all sex,
I've been with the same guy for 6 years, and I've never felt like I needed to be with someone else. And if I did, I would have just left him, as bad as that sounds. I just can't imagine, like, feeling equally for two people.
It doesn't have to be equal, though.
It doesn't.
No.
So you, like, I mean, for lack of better words, like, rank your partners, like.
Well, yeah, you have a primary partner. So in most, even in polyamorous relationships, I'm in an open relationship, not polyamorous, which isn't about just sex, but it isn't, I do have a primary partner who I live with and who I spend time with and I share bills with and I share a family with. And then I have other partners maybe who I share dinner and drinks with, or we have a similar career interest and someone who I just love making out with. So I think that there are, yes, there's compartmentalized ways, and there are people who do have two equal partners. I think that's probably the minority versus the majority.
Just like the monogamous relationships, nobody's marriage is the same. It's what you make it. It's the boundaries you make. It's your relationship. It's not nobody else's relationship.
I got a high five you on that one. Took us to church right there.
I am in love.
I don't like those two.
Why did
doesn't
you
want-
hesitate before coming in?
Because I had to think about how I'm answering that question. I was thinking about someone outside of myself, and it occurred to me that I can answer this question in a different way, and that's been a very big theme in my life the last few years, coming out of a divorce in a monogamous marriage, 20 years of monogamous relationships, and the theme of my life for myself right now is finding love with myself and being in love with myself.
I feel like throughout my relationships, I have found a lot of love for myself. Like all of the girls that I have dated and my girlfriend now currently, like have all taught me so many things. I feel like that's one of the main things in a relationship. Like you love someone so much and then you learn from them and they learn from you and you guys grow together. And it's just like a beautiful thing. My name is Aleftina, but I go by Alia. And honestly, as a person, I don't think I would be able to give someone what they want and what they need in a relationship if I had more than one partner.
I've been married for 2 years, and but I've been with my wife for over 8 years, and she was my only girlfriend. So it's about as monogamous as it gets. Yeah, but very much still in love. Yeah, I love her more every day.
In a weird way, my relationship, it allowed me to love myself more. When I was with someone who totally accepted all parts of me, who was like, be that, it's beautiful, it's sexy, it allowed me to love myself more. And that's, I think, the beauty of open for me is that it's complete acceptance for me and my decisions. There is no, well, you can't do this, or, well, your urges are bad, or this is bad about you. It's be who you want to be, let's talk about it.
I actually read about polyamory like when I was in my early 20s. I remember reading about it, I'm like, this sounds so, like it was something about it was resonating with me. Like, I just didn't realize it was that much of an option. I didn't see much of a model in society. I thought, well, even if I want that, how would I find someone else who's into the same things I am? And in the last couple of years, I've been really just saying, like, I need to explore this. I need to find community. I'm not someone who says I don't believe in monogamy. As a matter of fact, having a chance to really explore both sides has given me an understanding, appreciation for both, and also understanding the limitations of both for myself.
There is a good reason why most people are monogamous.
I don't know, like, are you not jealous? Because I feel like that's the main reason why I wouldn't be able to do that, is 'cause I don't want to share my partner at all.
Yeah, I don't share. It's like, I am with you and you're with me. And, you know, we're together and we're growing, and if you don't want me anymore and you want to go explore other things, go and explore them, but on your own, you know.
I think that's crazy. Just because in every other area in our life, you have to control jealousy. Jealousy is not an attribute to be proud of. To say, I'm a jealous person, like, if you're at work, you can't be
I agree with those two. But I don't get jealous. I seriously don't. Because I don't like the feeling of it, and whatnot, and it takes a lot for me to get jealous, and it's just not who I am. I'm not a jealous person when it comes to my relationships and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't want to share my spouse or a girlfriend or whatever to someone else. But again, I also wouldn't get. They can be friends, but having sex with another person, it just, to me, it's cheating. That's just me.
a jealous person and function well at the office. You can't function well in your family or with your friends as a jealous person. And so why in this one area of your life do you say, this is where I get to be the person that I can't be anywhere else? The idea of jealousy of I'm afraid because I've put so much, which is kind of like the slot machine approach. I've sat in this machine, I put in so many quarters, I want to, reap the benefits. But if this is someone that you love, does that extend to that? If he said, this is someone that I think might be a better fit.
If my husband said, I found a different person that I want to be with and she's fulfilling a need that you don't or can't, then I'd be like, okay, go be happy with her. It's not natural for me to be like, okay, let's the three of us work this out.
And to me, that jealousy is just rooted in the fact that you're completely intimate, you've made a commitment to each other, and this is the person that is basically like your second half. Having that jealousy for your significant other is beautiful in a way.
I think monogamy is a practical choice because it's safer sexually, one. Two, it's probably a lot simpler, and it's pre-packaged. I mean, it's like, here's a set of rules that has been created for you hundreds of years ago. Here's what love looks like, and if that feels comfortable for you, it's easy.
But monogamy isn't easy. You know, monogamy is hard. Like being with someone and being with them for 10, 15, 50 years is very hard. You have to find ways to love your partner for truly who they are, all the good and all the bad. And you don't have someone else to turn to. When you want something new, you have to find it in your relationship. You have to find a way to spice things up. You have to find a way of making conversation where you know everything about each other.
Why don't we have one friend? Why not just one friend? Why do you need multiple friends at all? I mean, most of us probably have 10 friends, 20 friends.
Sorry, dude, but I can tell you right now, your little argument you're gonna go on to, I don't agree with. Just because having friends and being sexually involved with your relationship people, they're not the same. You don't have sex with your friends. You don't kiss your friends. You don't call them your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. They're your friends. So, no, your little argument you're doing right now is out the window.
5,000 Facebook friends. Why? Why not just have one Facebook friend?
Because you don't build such a strong connection with a friend. You build a strong connection with a partner, because a partner gets to know everything and every single thing of you, because there's different levels of friendship. But like when you're in a relationship with someone, you explore so many more things and so many different facets of your day, because at some point you will move in together. And you know, you'll see what everyone does like day to night, and you'll get to know everything about them. You don't really get that with one friend.
I do have like a best friend, right? But the reason he's my best friend is because he's different than every other friend I have. And if I have something really, really serious, really, really important, I'm going to him first.
But you still have other friends.
Sure.
And I equate that to what she was saying earlier about having a primary partner, for example.
Right.
You know, you could have a primary partner that you have intimacy, that you live with, you have sex with, and you may have, like, let's equate that to your best friend. And then there could be someone else that you hang out and you play baseball with, you do other activities with, you know, and I could have another person, we make music together and we do things, and yeah, when we have sex once in a while too.
Friends.
It's interesting that, you know, I think
benefits.
from the traditional model, the fact that I would have any physical connection with this other person is what distinguishes it as an issue.
If my partner wanted me to, I would consider going to the other side.
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
I was monogamous for a lot of my life, and that was for, you know, the reasons that felt authentic to me at the time. And I've been non-monogamous for some time now, which has been authentic for me for this time. And I think that for me, the important thing is always keeping an open mind and realizing that life is constantly evolving.
I think one of the things I disliked about monogamy, or when I was in a monogamous relationship, is all of the you need to or you shoulds, or that we have a prearranged agreement of what loving each other means, and if you don't obey that, it's over. And I want.
Then you were, girl, that is not every, I can't pronounce the damn word, but that's not every single relationship. Sounds like you were with people who were very fucking controlling. That doesn't mean it's the type of relationship. That just means you were with controlling people. That's all.
I wanted to give my partner a true open experience. And so if I'm going to say to you, it can't be monogamous, well, how is it really open? Because there is a condition on there of like, well, this is the only way this is going to work. So it's always open to me means open for discussion.
She looks evil.
Can I jump in on what you said about like loving and, you know, fully accepting someone? I just know that I as a person wouldn't be able to be in a polyamorous relationship and keep myself happy. So if my partner were to suggest, I would say, you know, I don't think I'm capable of doing that. And I would still love them, I would support them, I would want to be friends with them, I would want them to be as happy as they can be, even if that doesn't involve me in their life.
I think what the strength that non-monogamy has over monogamy is that we're saying, who are you? Who am I? Let's figure out something that makes sense for us. Versus, this is what I was told love is,
really
let's
don't
try and
like
do
her.
that thing.
I don't feel like I live that way because someone told me to. I just don't have the want to add other people into a relationship.
If you don't have that desire, then
Yeah.
that's authentic to you.
Yeah.
And I think that so many people on this earth have the desire, and they think they don't have the option.
My name is Jasmine. I actually married my very first boyfriend. We just eloped and we got married about 2 years ago. We've been together ever since.
A good sex life is necessary for a good relationship.
Yeah.
If sex dies from the relationship and your love and lust for each other kind of dies, then you might be better off as friends and partners as friends.
Sex is so much more than just physical that it makes a big impact in how I feel in my relationship. If I don't have sex, I'm gonna feel like disconnected, like there's something off in our relationship.
Ultimately, I mean, I talk about sex for a living. It's a big part of my life. It's a big part of my reset. If I'm not having sex with you, I'm doing it myself. Like, I really enjoy it. Orgasm has ridiculous amounts of health benefits, and it just feels great. So I love the physicality of it. But I also think that every person should like really define what are the top 5 things you have to have in a relationship. And for a lot of people, sex doesn't hit that top 5. And if it doesn't, that's okay. You know, you can still make a relationship work without sex being a priority. But if you're someone like myself, you can't.
I'm in the same boat with you. Like, I've always been a very like sexually driven person, an explorative person, and in pretty much all the monogamous relationships I was in, I never found someone that, let's say, matched my kink. So having a partner that's like really on the same page with me, as explorative and open as I am, is really like pretty much at like the top 1 or 2 things that I would say are in a relationship for me.
Sex isn't everything in life. If the sexual tension is there, awesome. But what happens after the sexual tension is gone? Like, was that it? It was just sex?
The sexual tension dies out. It is kind of, it can, but that's the whole point of like where people have to rekindle it, and they have to try new things, and they have to see what works to make the spark come up again, because after you spend so much time with someone and you know them so well, it can get lost, but it's a continuous effort of trying to make your sex life the best it can be.
Even in a non-monogamous relationship, you still have to do that.
Of course.
Like, I don't think it's healthy to run out and look for other things just because my primary relationship is like not working. Like, it still need, you know, that relationship still needs work. Every relationship needs work.
I think like sex is important. I mean, I could just think of all the things that sometimes like sex can just cure in a relationship. And I don't know what it's like to, you know, have a terrible sex life, so I guess take this with a grain of salt. But, you know, I don't think, like, think about the amount of time you spend with your partner, right? Compare that to the amount of time you have sex with them. I think a lot more happens besides sex, and a relationship is, I mean, it's like how much fun you have, like the intimacy you share, conversations, everything, right?
You know, making sex not just about sex, like it's about connecting to someone, right? So I feel like it's a space, it's a really amazing space to explore that connection in the closest physical way you possibly can.
I feel like if sex was your first like priority, you wouldn't really be in relationships. You would be finding sexual partners that fit you, but you wouldn't really care about anything else. So I feel like sex plays a big role, but also we're puzzles. Like, we have so many pieces and we have so many needs and so many things that we want to fulfill. But sex, I think, is pretty important for most people.
I've been attracted to other people while in a relationship.
I'm not gonna lie, I have. You know that saying, you can look but you can't touch? That's how I live. It's just like when I was married, or even all my other girlfriends. Since I don't get jealous, I have no problem with them looking. and saying how cute our guy is or whatever. I always live by the philosophy you can look, but you can't touch. And that's how I am too. I expect the same treatment back. I can look as long as I don't touch, and I don't touch. When I'm in a relationship, I don't touch another single woman. Period. The only person I'm going to touch is the woman I'm with. But that shouldn't. But I can at least still look. I just don't touch them. You get the point. Let's get back into it.
Oh, well, good for you. Okay.
I feel like I
Don't
found people
like
pretty.
her.
Nothing to a point where I would even consider acting on it.
I don't think you can only be attracted to one person. I feel like that's really unrealistic.
I think it's a crazy thing to deny that because, I mean, I think of every species' existence as survival and procreation. So to think that you can shut off that entire part of yourself, not to just, I think action is one thing because people have successfully done that, but in terms of feeling or seeing someone else as attractive, that's crazy.
Well, apparently there is one person that can say that in this conversation.
Well, I'm sure he
so,
took the question a different way. I can't wrap my head around.
I think it's totally possible. Like we can all be wired a little bit differently. Like we're all on a different point in the scale. And I think our life experience also shapes us to a degree as to where on that scale we are.
Tell us. Please tell me. Please tell me.
So I know I'm gonna sound crazy, and I know it's something that I always have disagreements with my friends, and I think it is a little bit of what you said, you know, being wired differently. In the beginning, when I first started dating my wife, I was giddy, like in love that like there was just this giant bubble around our relationship. But then as we matured in our relationship, we got married. What I felt uncomfortable with is looking at other women. Like it actually made me feel uncomfortable. So the same way that I train myself to, like, if you want to call it suppress or whatever, other feelings and impulses I have, I do the same here. So whenever I see a girl, like, yeah, I'm gonna walk down the street and I'll turn my head or whatever, and there'll be a girl wearing almost nothing or whatever. What I've like built in is literally an instinct to just look away and not think any further. What's weird to me is like the conversations I'll have with other people where they'll look
Good
at
man, though.
Someone of the opposite sex, find them attractive, and keep going, and like mentally they're having sex with like all these weird things, and that's like really uncomfortable for me.
You're not saying like, oh, I was born only thinking this one person is attractive.
Right.
You're saying you trained yourself to be that way.
Pretty much.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
I would feel incomplete without my partner.
Of course she wouldn't. She's all about herself.
Really? Honestly, if I would have never met my partner, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
In the past year of dating my girlfriend, I have become so different, and I've learned so many things, and I have started taking care of myself so much more than I was a year before I met her. And I feel like that has so much to do with her and how she helped me navigate this.
I had a really unsafe home life, and me and my husband got to know each other in the 6th grade, so we were 12. I moved out when I was 18. Me and him, like, we had nothing. We somehow made our way over to LA. Like, I honestly don't think I'd be here, like, if it wasn't for him.
What are we disagreeing on again? Oh man, I was married for some time, so my whole journey the last 2.5 years has been to feel complete by myself. And there are times like I really do desire partnership. I do desire a primary partnership, but I really think it's so important to be okay just being as I am.
When the word's incomplete, I'm like, no, I don't connect with that. I connect with, I'd feel sad, I'd feel hurt, I would feel disadvantaged maybe even, but I'm still going to be me. And I totally understand that we're coming from different places and how we developed our relationship. My idea of a relationship is 1 + 1 = 3. one complete person plus one complete person equals a completely separate third, I was gonna do this one, but a completely separate third relationship. And this would be incomplete, if, of course, if we left, but the ones would still stand still and be strong.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
I don't like her. I honestly, seriously do not like her. It's her vibe for me is it's all about me type of vibe. I could be totally wrong. But this is the vibe I get from her. And to answer my question before I play this video, can this video change my mind? Sorry, Polly, but for me, at least, it's always going to be one partner at a time. I will never be in a poly relationship or open relationship. Just how I've been wired, in my belief system, my faith. But I don't have anything against anybody who is poly. You do you, I do me. That's how I look at things. I'm not gonna judge you because you are not monogamous or whatever the hell the word is. I can't pronounce it or whatnot. Everyone has their own belief systems. Everyone has their own views. And I respect everyone for that reason. I'm not going to say, you don't believe in my views? Get the fuck out of here. No. I'm saying I love you no matter what. Simple as that. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. As I just said, like a broken record. And as always, you are loved.